Hi, my name's Ouren, and I am the new women's soccer coach at Central. While I may be a little bit of a new hire, I am not new to the campus. I had the privilege and opportunity to attend and graduate from Central and then go on and work for the school as a admissions counselor, professor, and men's soccer coach there. My wife is also an alumni of the school, and we are both, alongside our kids, extremely excited to be coming back home to be on campus with you guys and just join in your community. And obviously not being on campus for quite a while, I found it difficult to try to find something that may be pertinent, maybe relevant to the current culture of the campus. And honestly, something that may be just worth listening to as well. However, I do believe we're all in the same position with COVID-19. We're all stuck at home. We're all taking online classes. And if we're being honest, we're just struggling to try to find the balance of a structured environment, waking up before 10 a.m., brushing our teeth before 3 p.m., and just the motivation to do individual training, individual workouts, or those class assignments. However, there is a certain passage that came to mind that I want to share and just issue a challenge along with that. It's one of my favorite passages from the Bible, and since it's just become a daily challenge for me. I came across it in reading a book, and the author basically brings out this story and talking about this prophet Elisha and this king. I'm going to call him King J because I honestly can't say his name correctly. But it comes out of 2 Kings, and it says, "Now Elisha had been suffering from the illness from which he died. King J of Israel went down to see him and wept over him. 'My father, he cried, the chariots and horsemen of Israel.' Elisha said, 'Get a bow and some arrows,' and he did so. 'Take the bow in your hands,' he said to the king of Israel. When he had taken it, Elisha put his hands on the king's hands. 'Open the east window,' he said, and he opened it. 'Shoot,' Elisha said, and he shot. The Lord's arrows of victory, the arrow of victory over Aram,' Elisha declared. 'You will completely destroy the Arameans.' Then he said, 'Take the arrows,' and the king took them. Elisha told him, 'Strike the ground,' and he struck it 3 times and stopped. The man of God was angry with him and said, 'You should have struck the ground 5 or 6 times. Then you would have defeated Aram and completely destroyed it. But now you will only defeat it 3 times. This is such a unique story, and that it's extremely short, and it's because of that it's usually often overlooked. One of the first things that always sticks out to me is the use of the weapon, the bow and the arrow. Obviously, during this time, a bow and an arrow was not an uncommon weapon, but it's the symbolism within it. For any of you guys that have ever struck a bow and an arrow, you know that you are the one in control. You control the distance, you control the accuracy, you control where you want to shoot. However, in order to be successful, in order for that arrow to be used effectively, you have to let go of it. You have to release it. And this is no different than our own lives. In order for us to be used effectively, we have to let go. We have to die to ourselves in order for Christ to live and dwell within us. And it's only at that time that we can in turn be used effectively. And this is exactly where King J struggled. Similar to our own lives, it's easy to obey at first. We usually have some help during that initial process. But when things are left to our own free will, we have our own decisions to make, or things can seem a little cloudy, a little gray. It's when we tend to struggle, when we can tend to settle for something that's a little bit less, or whether it's consciously or subconsciously, we tend to give up. And this is what happened to King J. He obeyed Elisha at first. Elisha told him to go get his bow and an arrow, and he did it. Elisha put his hand on King J's hand, and he helped him strike through the east window. But when Elisha took a step back and just said, 'Strike the ground,' King J struggled. This time that we're currently in with COVID-19, it's just a constant battle of contradiction. For many of us, the days are long, the days are repetitive. Even if you start a new class assignment, a new project, you find a new workout routine, or you're trying to work on a new skill, those assignments are going to be completed, that new skill is going to be achieved, and then you're stuck right back to where you were. However, I do believe there's something to be said about being great in the small daily routine of things. And as some of us are stuck in stay-at-home orders where we're self-quarantine, it's important to not succumb to the ease of monotony. And this is exactly what happened to King J. We don't know why King J stopped. We do know Elisha was angry with him. We don't know why King J stopped, but we do know he gave into the monotony. even though there was more arrows to shoot. Each day we are given our own set of arrows, and we are called to do something with them. What we do with them, that's ultimately up to us. It's the same thing with our time. What we do with our time, that is ultimately up to us. And this is particularly true for us as athletes and during this time of quarantine. The king shared his desire to be victorious. And this is prior to going into battle. This is no different than a lot of you guys saying you want to grow in your relationship with Christ, you want to become a starter, you want to receive more playing time, or you want to go to nationals. However, the king's actions did not meet up with his words. And that's where the challenge kind of comes in. The decision to release and let go, it's not a one and done decision. It is a daily decision done moment by moment, and it's a daily struggle. Again, each day we have our own bag full of arrows, and we are called to do something with them. And what we do with them is up to you guys. My challenge to you, whether you are a incoming freshman, whether you're a 2021 graduate, or you're just some random person checking us out online, it's to continue to press forward, to not give up, and to continue to shoot your arrows vigorously throughout the course of the day, not just in one moment, not just in one instance, but again, throughout the course of the day. Whether it's through those small daily choices of online classes and individual training, brushing your teeth at 9 a.m. versus 5 p.m., but to go throughout the day and to shoot your arrows in such a way that when the day comes to a close, there's nothing left. There's nothing left in that bag of arrows. There's nothing left to give for the next day ahead, because you know you're going to have more arrows that next day ahead of you. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for taking the time to listen. For those of you that listened all the way through, we are extremely excited to meet each and every one of you guys to get back on a campus. And again, I know the days can seem long and can seem repetitive, but I challenge you guys to find a sense of structure, to shoot your arrows in a way that there is nothing left behind for the next day ahead. And that's the only way that you can really be successful. Thanks.